This video is the most boring looking, I'm sorry. I've put one candle here. I tried, but it's a second channel video, so it doesn't matter. I haven't filmed a video in like 2 weeks, and although that is a short amount of time, I do miss filming, so I'm doing a Q&A. Oh, actually, before I start, please register to vote. Okay, good. A lot of these are like asking me for advice. As honored as I am that you think I'm qualified to do that, I'm an idiot. I've recently realized that I'm gay, and it makes me really sad seeing all my friends in happy relationships or casually making out with people when I've never even kissed anyone, and I know that the likelihood of finding someone to be in a relationship with soon is very slim. It just sucks that I'm so lonely, and I feel really sad about it a lot of the time now. Regardless of your sexuality, I think it's a really good, healthy thing to do, to focus your energy on learning to be okay with yourself without the validation of a relationship. Focus your energy less on trying to find someone to be in a relationship with and more on bettering your relationship with yourself. But also, if you like really want a relationship, make friends in different communities than the ones you're already in, because you're more likely to find someone there. Just wondering, when you've done covers of songs, how do you make sure the original artist is okay with you using their content? I don't worry about this because I don't think that there are very many artists at all that would be upset about you covering their songs, because you're not taking their song and passing it off as your own. You're like acknowledging that it's their work and this is just your rendition of it, so I don't think that many artists really get upset about that. I've never been kissed and all my friends have. I feel super shit about it a lot of the time. Any advice? Don't worry about being kissed for the sake of being kissed. If there's someone that you really want to kiss, then pursue that as an option. It's not an enjoyable experience unless you really like the person, I have found. When you're young, there's so much emphasis put on it. Just bear in mind that a few years down the line, you're not going to care when you had your first kiss. What are you most excited about for uni, and what are your hopes for the next few years as a young adult? That's a nice question. I've gotten a few questions about uni, so I'll just answer them all now. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to uni because, like, privacy reasons, I don't really want people to know where I'm going to be like living and going to school for the next 3 years. But I'm going to study film production. I'm most excited to just know more about film. My goals for uni and just for like the next couple of years in general are to be equal parts passionate and competent in whatever I decide that I want to do in film. I feel like I'm kind of enthusiastic about film currently, but I don't know that much about it, and I'm not like crazy dedicated and passionate. And I think that's just because I don't know enough about it currently. What's your greatest fear? I would say I'm most scared of death. There's a very specific feeling I get when I really think about death. It like sits on my chest. It's like dread and fear and sadness and like just pain. Like, it's awful. But I think I'm more afraid that I'm gonna die before I've lived, and I don't mean die young, I just mean like I'm worried that I'm gonna live my whole life and never be happy and fulfilled, and like never do anything of worth, and my whole life will have been a waste. That's my biggest fear. Good. Biggest insecurity. These are really deep questions. I don't really want to disclose my biggest insecurity about the way I look, because I feel like there will be some people that use that in a nasty way. But I think my biggest insecurity just in general is that people don't like me. Like, I spend a lot of time being like, does this person think I'm annoying? Should I leave them alone? Like, My biggest insecurity is just that I'm not like good enough as a person. Tips for how to get through your teenage years. Appreciate and maintain friendships. Friendships are so important. Don't revise at the last minute. Try and get perspective on things. Your little teenage bubble that you're living in now is not going to be your life forever, so just like bear that in mind. Get into a sport, especially if you're in secondary school, because I feel like it's so much easier to like join a club in secondary school than it is later in life. Prioritize your health. Learn to cook and do things for yourself, and try and understand things from your parents' point of view. Those are my tips on being a teenager. Tell us about your first date. I was 16 and it was with someone who was way out of my league, and we walked around Hyde Park, and it was nice to pretend to be attractive enough for that person for one day. What YouTube channels are you enjoying right now? I am enjoying Conan Gray. He's kind of like the arty side of Tumblr as a person. I don't know, he's just sort of like doing his thing and he's good at what he does. Also, Lena, Just Kiss My Frog, she did 40 videos for Lent and they're all really good. She's just like one of those people that's just full of wisdom. She's very feministy, but in like a light-hearted kind of way. She's not a preacher, you know, but she is very feministy, which I really like. She's found the balance. It's perfect. I love it. So Just Kiss My Frog. And also NPR Music, their series Tiny Desk Concerts. I've watched loads of those recently and they're really, really good. My favourite one is, I think she's called No Name. She's like a rapper, but it's very mellow. Like, I don't know. I'm not good at describing things. Do you have any comfort books or films or activities for when you're having a real bad day? I always find Adventure Time really comforting. I went through something recently and the couple of days after, one of the things that stopped me from constantly crying was watching Adventure Time. The Simpsons as well, actually. Just nostalgia is comforting to me. So things from like the past. My battery just died, but I've only got like one more question to do, so it's fine. How many instruments can you play? I play the piano, kind of, the guitar, kind of, and the ukulele, which I don't really count as an instrument. But in my gap year, I really want to get back into the saxophone. I'm not sure if I will, but I really want to. I used to be so good at the saxophone. I stopped playing when I was like 13, 14. I did grades 1, 2, and 3 with ABRSM. In grade 1, I got like 142 out of 150, I think. Grade 2, I got 133. And then grade 3, I got 141, I think. So like, I was good at the saxophone. I was really good at it. And I just quit because I was bratty and I didn't like being taught things. That'll do. Please register to vote. Also, thank you so much for 40,000 subscribers on my main channel. That's mad. I need to make a video for that soon. Anyway, bye.